Hey guys, what's going on? It's Verbal, and I've got a very special guest star with me today. So this guy doesn't have a YouTube channel. He's not famous in our community, and he's got nothing to do with our community really. But he's been a humongous supporter of me since the absolute word go. And you already know who he is because there's a link, or the description title tells you who he is. It's my brother. So Verbal's brother, say hi.
Hello.
What do we call you?
You can call me Verbal's brother.
Verbal's brother works. That's pretty cool. So yes. I appreciate you coming on. What spurred this? What made you want to come on and join us?
I'm here today because it's Verbal's birthday brunch we had, and we've been drinking champagne and eating bacon all day, and it's been quite fun.
It is 6 o'clock. We've been drinking for 5 hours straight.
It's 6 o'clock, and I'm kind of drunk, and I figured I'd have one more beer. So Laura's.
Wait. How do we do this? You ended up with a beer, and I didn't. I feel like we started out talking about this, and you ended up with a beer, and I'm screwed. I've got like water in front of me, like there's ice in my glass. I'm screwed.
Well, here you go. So,
I'm a dumbass.
Such is.
Dude, what am I thinking about? All right, so tell me about yourself. Like, I feel like my audience are talking like now, like who's Verbal's brother? What does he do? Like, you've traveled a hell of a lot.
I've traveled a little bit.
A little bit. Give me a break.
Name
4 places across the planet you've been.
I've been in New York. Here we go. We're in New York
that's one,
right
but
now.
we live here. Have you been to Tokyo?
I've been to Tokyo.
Thailand?
I've been to Thailand.
Africa?
Thailand's very fun. Really?
I
like Thailand a lot.
Whoa. That sounded like a story.
That was quite nice. I've been to Africa. Africa's not so interesting.
Why is it not so interesting?
I don't know. There was a lot cuter chicks in Thailand. So.
Do you know that I've told stories about your travels on my channel before?
No, I don't.
Oh, seriously?
I've seen. I gotta say, I've seen some of Verbal's videos, but I haven't really watched them that much.
You can call me Lars. They know my name's Lars.
Okay.
That's good.
Until recently, I haven't even had a good computer, so I haven't been. That's my excuse.
You just bought yourself a MacBook,
I
right?
did. I just got my first MacBook, and now
in fact, it's the same as this one, right?
Well, no, it's the new one, but...
Oh, okay. Whoa, it's the new one.
Wait.
Screw you. He's the younger, by the way. He's better looking, he has more money, and he's married, and he owns his own house. So.
Not that much more money. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. And being married doesn't help you being rich, so...
That's true. You're screwed at this point. So, tell me more about the travel. So, what was Thailand like?
It was
I've never
good
been
fun.
to Thailand.
That was 10 years ago I was there.
No fucking shit, really?
Yeah, 2001.
Oh my god, that kills me.
Right before 9/11, which is kind of weird. 10 years goes quickly. You
were in the ocean. You were in the middle of the ocean when 9/11 happened, right? Like, you didn't even find out about it till like...
I was like 25 miles north of East Timor at the time, which was not even a country at the time.
What was that like to find out about 9/11 in the middle of an ocean?
I came up to the bridge watch. I was the cadet at the time, and my buddy was on the wheel at the time, so he was like driving.
Wheel meaning
he was like driving the ship.
Okay.
And like so we were junior kids, and I came up and I said, "Hey, what are you steering? Give me the whatever, the information I need.
Yeah,
the information I need to drive the ship and stuff." And he was like, "America's under attack, terrorists, blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Whatever, dude, because all we do is." Make fun of each other and try and play jokes on each other.
Oh, right. So you just assumed this was full of shit.
I was like, you're fucking lying. And he was like, New York's been attacked and all the World Trade Centers fell over and everyone's dead. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, fine. Well, give me your fucking wheel and get
was
out
this
of here.
on September 11th? Or?
Yeah, well, it was September 12th in our time. And then my eyes adjusted to the darkness, and I noticed everyone had body armor and helmets and M14s on the bridge. And I was like,
whoa, maybe he's not giving me shit here.
Shit. And the captain came up
Holy crap.
half an hour later, and he said, okay, so we need to get back to Guam right now, and we need to unload a bunch of... We were on an ammunition ship, so we had a bunch of bombs and stuff and Hellfire missiles, and they were like, we need to unload all this stuff immediately, and I was like, oh... We might actually
this is getting kind of serious.
I might need to send an email later. Yeah, this is...
I'm still alive, we're good, but we're in the middle of nowhere.
But it wasn't until October 9th of that year that I came back and actually saw the videos, and that's when it really...
Wow, that was a long time later.
Yeah. So
wow, that's crazy. But tell me the story about the what's it called? The boat that nearly rammed you, that you, like the 50 cal shots, because I feel like that's a really good story.
That was in 2004. I was on a ship going towards Kuwait. It was a ro-ro vessel, so roll on, roll off. We were carrying a bunch of tanks.
Roll on, roll off what? What does that mean?
Like, we were carrying a bunch of tanks. We had like 2 battalions of M1 Abrams tanks, which are very painful to load because they have turbine engines. So like the heat that comes out of the back of the tank is like 600 degrees Fahrenheit. It will burn you if you're behind the tank.
Wow.
So it's a pain in the ass. And then a bunch of Humvees and construction equipment for a engineering battalion, I think it was. We took all that stuff over to Kuwait, and on the way towards we were taking fuel in Fujairah, which is in the United Arab Emirates, And on approach to Fujira, we had a small vessel come out, speed towards us. At first, I noticed it because I was on the bridge watch. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I was taking over for the chief mate, and the captain was there. We're all hanging out, smoking cigarettes and smoking and joking. And the captain's like, "Hey, this little small boat's coming at us. What's he doing? Check his speed." So I checked his speed on our radar, and I was like, "Uh-oh, he's doing like 30 knots. And he's within a couple of miles." And then all of a sudden he sped up to like 45, 50 knots. So he like really was like gunning. It was like one of those really, really fast boats. And the captain was like, what's his direction right now? And he had turned he was going to pass in front of us. He had turned towards like our midships.
Holy shit, that sounds crazy.
And I was like, oh, this is not,
Not good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not a good thing.
This is, no, you're in the middle of the Middle East, whatever.
Fuck.
And so the guy he got within like half a mile, and the captain was like, okay, sound danger signal. And I had the con, which is like the control of the navigation bridge at the time. He was like, okay, so I had the con, so I gave the captain was therefore responsible for everything, and I sounded danger signal, which is like 5 blasts on the ship's horn. And I called on the radio and I said, small vessel approaching towards us, blah, 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 blah. Stop, or we will shoot. And they didn't stop. So we just like opened fire in front of them with we have a security team on the vessel with some rocket launchers and grenades and 50 caliber machine guns, like the M2. I don't know if they have that in the Black Ops, but it's a pretty big fucking gun.
That's crazy,
and it's
man.
loud as hell when they fire it, But it's scary because that happens, and then immediately after that, I was like, holy shit, all I want to do is like just go and sit down or like take a break. But immediately I had to go and anchor the vessel, which in itself is an entire situation.
Wow, so your adrenaline's pumping.
So I'm like,
I've
got my, exactly. My adrenaline's pumping, and I'm like, all this shit is happening. I don't know what's going on. The Coast Guard's like flying around, there's helicopters there, and machine guns firing, and I'm like, oh, and I have to worry about anchoring the ship and making sure we don't hit anyone else.
Holy crap.
So it's, whatever. It's one of those things.
Wow, man, that was a good story. I appreciate you coming on and talking about it. So we've been watching this gameplay. I kind of feel like we should talk a little bit about it. So this is up here, top right-hand corner is what we're looking at. And this was one of those really good games where, I was playing and everything was going to hell. I wasn't playing with a team here.
Okay.
And it was like one of those moments where a kill streak, will really change the way the game went. And the guys have heard of it. If they've been watching, they've noticed I got my dogs and my helicopter, my chopper gunner, and my SR-71, and it was really a turning point. So this was like, I'm putting in, to me, what is my best dual comm ever with my brother, as well as the best game ever, because this was like, I really wanted to win this, and I did everything I could. So you saw a lot of deaths at the beginning, and like, look at me defending B and going after it, and so we've only got like a friggin' minute left, but like, do you play computer games much? You play
I do.
Black Ops?
I don't play that much Black Ops. I play a little Battlefield. Actually, I play a lot more Battlefield Bad Company 2.
Oh, yeah?
I'm looking forward to BF3 when it comes out.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for that game.
Yeah,
That game
I'm
looks
excited.
sick.
I'm excited. And also, my wife and I, we play Skyrim, Elder Scrolls. So we're looking forward to Skyrim.
Oh my
Elder
god,
Scrolls
and I
5.
think I'm a geek. You're such a geek. It's
I know,
ridiculous.
but it's a fun game. It's a lot of fun. And so, I don't know. The new engine for that looks really fantastic. Although, I gotta say, the Black Ops looks pretty cool. They have new maps and stuff, right? Like, there's some sort of expansion.
Yep.
So, I don't know.
Anyway, we're basically out of time, dude. Thank you very much for coming on. It's been fantastic to have you just for a short period of time.
All right.
But I appreciate it, and we're out.
Take care.
Thanks, dude.